Good evening, everybody. I'm having this current dilemma with one of the teachers at my school. I'm noticing that she is using, it seems to be offensive language with the students that's causing one of the students in particular to feel a little bit embarrassed when in the classroom. And just needing a little direction on what do you think I should do about it? Or how is it best to approach the situation?
Well, I believe one thing that can be done, the teacher can have a private conversation outside in front of the classroom or towards the back of the classroom where it's a little bit more private and other students aren't able to hear the conversation, so there's no embarrassment. I think that's one way that it can be done.
And then I guess my question would be, is this like the first is this like the only infraction with that teacher? Like otherwise is she, does her job well and does everything that is asked of her, those sorts of things?
Yeah, she does do her job well. She has great connections with the students overall. I'm just noticing it's this one particular student that it seems to be where he's just experiencing constant embarrassment with some of the comments that she's making.
Yeah, so I would have to agree with Claire. I would say maybe you can pull that teacher into a personal meeting, and I feel that maybe you can just address it, like, hey, um you have been such a great teacher here. The kids have such a great rapport with you. You build great relationships. However, student A has been coming to me about feeling sort of intimidated by some of the comments that you have been making towards them. And I just wanted to bring this to light to you. I'm not sure if you're aware, because maybe you're just thinking that this is a term of endearment or whatever. You just think you're just giving tough love, but maybe he's taking it a different way. So I would maybe address it like that, sort of like the sandwich idea, where you start off with the positive and then you kind of work your way down to what the actual issue is. And then I would also say, on top of speaking to that teacher, also maybe bringing the teacher and the student together so that the teacher can hear how the student feels, right, from the student's own point of view, if they're in a comfortable space to speak. Because I feel that the teacher hearing it from the student's own mouth may even be more beneficial, because again, it may just be one of those things. We all have a way that we speak or have spoken to students in the past, and maybe little Johnny is a little bit different. And so it's how do we build the rapport with that student compared to other students, because every student is not created equal.
I
So,
love that idea. Maybe I can have a conversation with her on the side tomorrow just to see how we can better. Maybe she just needs that additional support with
mhm,
how to communicate with that particular student. So
mhm.
definitely, I'm going to pull her to the side to see if we can start working on some areas for her.
Yeah. And I would say, just as a final step, maybe if it gets to that point, like, just chiming in with the parents, and so that they're aware of what's going on, so that way it doesn't come in as a surprise to them. Because God forbid if the student goes home and is like, oh, I met with such and such and such and such, and I talked with them, and then the parents like, well, nobody called me. You know what I'm saying?
True,
So I
true.
think
Make it a
also
bigger issue.
Yeah.
including that parent involvement, and just saying, we're handling the situation on our end. It's not a big deal, but we are pulling the student aside with the teacher so they can have a conversation. If you want to be a part of the conversation, you're more than welcome. But we already have a good rapport with this teacher and this student, and we just feel it's something that we can handle in house. But we just wanted to make you aware, you know?
Love that. Yeah,
I
make me
like
ready.
that. I like that. One thing that I want to add also, because it sounds like it is a student who feelings and emotions need to be heard, maybe as another resource, the counselor
Mhm.
can
Hmm.
be involved in that conversation with the teacher and the student, so that way you can have another support system to be able to have the student be heard as well as hear from the teacher, why is she feel a little bit more comfortable speaking in front of the class.
Yeah. I definitely think that's a great idea. Maybe I can reach out to the counselor for that sixth grade area just to see if they can provide some support also. So I'm definitely going to take both. I love the feedback.
Mm. No problem.
Wonderful.